I don't know if my kids were right, but they were saying that I shouldn't show this video because I'm actually catching mice. Well, there's millions upon millions of mice, and I'm not going to kill off the world population catching 5 or 6 mice around my house using traps and disposing of them. So, you bleeding heart babies out there, don't get all frantic about me catching mice inside my kitchen. It's a natural thing that most people don't show you. So, I'm going to show you today how I do it. Okay, so do you want to have results catching a mouse just about every time? Well, I'm no mouse exterminator or catcher, but I'm pretty good at catching these mice. These are field mice. We live in the country, and we got some old stuff that falls down from the bottom of the oven. This attracts mice because they pick up the granules and take them back to wherever and eat this stuff, so they want to come down here. I've tried just about everything to catch mice, and the most successful way is using these style Victory mouse traps. And they're not paying me for this, but I wanted to point it out. I bought the other stuff, the white ones. I bought the other stuff, like the candy stuff and all this other crap, but nothing works as well as these mice traps. All you need is a little bit of peanut butter. No, people, this isn't Speedy Gonzales, and he don't chase after mouse, after cheese all the time. I know in the cartoons you're always told to put some cheese on here, and yes, cheese works well, but the government's not giving that away, so we're just going to use some simple old peanut butter, and it works really well, especially when you know how to load these mouse traps easily. Okay, because I don't really want mice feces or whatever gets on these traps, I use plastic forks when I'm trying to catch them, and we only need to get a little bit of peanut butter on there. But what we want to do, if you're going to use the same kind as me, is you want to make sure that that peanut butter is up in there and pressed and condensed. It doesn't need to be hanging out the sides or any of that stuff. What we want is we want that mouse to have to get up underneath there and really work to get this out so he trips the lever. Okay, so when we set one of these traps, the thing that you got to remember is, and the reason that these actually work the best is all you do is just pull up on this little thing, and that's going to remove the staple that's holding it down. It's only in there for shipping. Make sure that the mouse trap is set like this, and then you pull this lever back. Now, if you see the ones that have the little yellow cheese on the end of them, I don't recommend them. These are the best ones. Now, when you go to set this in here, you're going to push over on that. And if you push over too hard, the trap more than likely will not go off. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that this is kind of loose, but still sturdy enough to hold it in there. Be careful not to slap your fingers. But if you go to set this down and it goes off, that's a good thing. Because that means that they had to barely touch that to get it to go off. If the trap set properly, you should barely have to even push on this, and it'll fly off and smash the crap out of that. Now, the thing that you need to know about mice is they're attracted to areas that have food, like here in the kitchen. And when they come in from the field, they're going to find places to get into, if they can, underneath your stove, underneath your refrigerator, things of that nature. So when you plant your traps, you want to plant them in an area that's they've possibly been seen or heard. They're going to want to be underneath the stove because it's warm and there's tons of crumbs. Another great place to set them is up on a ledge up in your attic. And with your attic door open and you set them on the ledge, the trap will generally flip down and fall on the floor. So now I don't like personally handling these mice, so I've got some gloves, and I'm going to pick them up. Hey, he's moving. Oh, God, he's moving. When we go to release this, you can take your finger and you can stick it up underneath there. You got gloves on, and you can just shake it off of there, and it'll fall off inside the bag. And you can throw them, then twist up the bag, throw it away. So this year I had quite a few mice around the old property and homestead, so I felt like, man, I was having some hard time catching them. I had spent about $50 on different stuff to catch mice and wasn't working. When I found that the cheapest, easiest to get mouse traps worked the absolute best, I thought I'd show you folks. So, hope you'll dig it. I found peanut butter works the best, so I recommend using that. Stick them mouse traps where you hear them at, you'll catch them. Remember, no matter what it is in life, if anyone else can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. God bless. Don't be the next to them, be the very first to you. Have the absolute best of days.